Hey, what's up? I've been driving around a lot lately, and it has come to my attention that I don't know. There's just been some stuff that's been building up, and I don't really get it. I'm not gonna pretend to get it, but it's just kind of weird because I made a bunch of money and I took it in. Okay, so I made money. I made some money with my job, and I got some money, and I was like, oh, okay, I have this money now, and I've been going through this phase where I wanted to get some gold dollars because America has these, like, not gold dollars, but they have these dollar coins that nobody really ever uses. So I went out of my way to go get like $425 worth of dollars in coins at a bank. So I get those, I bring them home, and it's the weirdest thing because I can hold this box of coins in my hand. And it doesn't feel like money to me. It feels like I bought something, but it still represents monetary value in my country. So it's just kind of weird to me because a lot of Americans, like, we all have these bills and that means money. And we all have like bank accounts, and those are just numbers, and that means money. And it was just weird because I was talking to this other guy, and we were talking about silver and gold and how those are legit and probably will continue to be for a long time. Like, silver and gold is like the basis for a lot of worldly wealth that people look at and think about. And when you think of some super rich guy, like I think of this dude like bathing in gold, or like, like something like that. And so it was odd we were just considering how a lot of our wealth isn't counted in this way where it's actually physically wealthy. It's counted in numbers, and it's counted in representations of money and wealth. And it was just kind of not surprising, it was just an interesting thing to think about. And then the other thing that I was going through is that I started driving around this car that my brother let me use, and I have to pay insurance for it and all this jazz, but that's not important. What's important is that it gets me places, and I gotta pay for gas, right? And I was sitting there and I was looking at like how many miles per gallon I can get, and it ended up being like pretty far. Like, I could travel quite a ways on like, $5 or $6 worth of gas, because our gallon costs like $3 and something cents right now, which is pretty dumb. But fossil fuels are dumb in general, but whatever, I digress. The interesting part of it was, though, is that however much money I had basically translated to the distance that I could travel, which is cool. But then it's like considering just, I don't know, just considering that, like, if I liquidated all my money and just started traveling, it would be insane. And I would go like super far, and I could just go everywhere, and it'd be awesome. And then I thought about how big the US is compared to a lot of other countries. Like, one of our states, I think Washington State, is almost a similar size as, I don't know, just various smaller countries in Europe, because America is pretty big. Not as big as Russia or China or anything, but it's freaking huge. And how, like, the road trip I'm going to be going on is going to be like comparable to driving around all of Europe, just in the size difference. And it was just kind of weird to think about, because I had looked at my track record of how many miles I drove, and it was like 500 something miles, and I was like, holy cow, like, I could span several countries in a different continent with that much space. And it was just like miles that I'd driven just doing basic everyday stuff. So it was just weird seeing like the distance you travel when it's for regular stuff instead of for actually traveling places. So anyways, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna start thinking, and I'm in the forest that people are starting to tear down so they can put down more houses. So it's gonna be an interesting environment to think in. But you guys have a good day. Think about what's important and stuff, and yeah, have a nice one.